Paul McGuire Grimes, KSTP, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Robin, this is such a thrill talking to you today. I really, really appreciate your time. And I really enjoyed the movie. It's such a beautiful and kind of focused story that you did. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, you directed many episodes of House of Cards, but how different and challenging was this type of project, especially when you're really directing yourself for good stretches of the film?
You have to have an incredible team around you, and I did. You can't do it alone. I had three wonderful female producers on this movie who were on the set every day in the DIT tent watching playback. And we had talked about the tone of the movie, the vibe, what each scene should be years before we shot it.
Mhm.
So I think having had that prep and mutual understanding of the movie we all wanted to make, I had my co-directors in the tent where I would just lean out from the cabin and be like, should I do another take? Was that bad? And they're like, yeah, definitely do another one. So I couldn't have done it without them.
Right. Now, did you get to do any research on the mindset of someone that wanted to just be alone, what that psychology is like, and what stuck out about that you wanted to bring into Edie?
I did speak to a couple of professionals
Mm.
in the Department of Trauma. One in particular, Dr. James Gordon. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's world renowned, and he literally goes into conflict regions around the world and helps people out of their trauma with a technique that he's come up with. It's a body moving experience. Anyway, having talked to him of how to unlayer the trauma that you go through phases dealing with to come out on the other end. He had me do a session with him as the character Edie. It was so interesting, and I learned so much about that character's journey and how to shoot it and how to pace it.
Right.
And then, really this movie is about resilience, how you come out on the other side, and the beauty of human kindness in another person, that it generally takes somebody else to help you get through adversity.
I mean, I think it just shows the power of movies and filmmaking to hear these stories and get that insight into a life that we may not know about. Speaking of kindness, what was the last time someone did something good for you?
My husband is kind to me every minute of the day. I feel so blessed. I think we're all kind. We're born kind, we're born loving, we're born compassionate, and then life can, be mean.
Yeah.
And it scars you, and that's what I think creates more meanness. And we've experienced a lot of this going on the last 4 years, just the increase of bullying and basically advocating for meanness, just because there was so much of it happening freely.
Right.
And I just wanted to make a movie about the antithesis of that.
I love it. Thank you so much. It was great.
Thank you.
We watched this little gem earlier in the pandemic, and it really is just the perfect movie. So thank you for giving us that solace.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate it. Minneapolis, St. Paul. Demián, it is really great talking to you today. Land is such a beautiful and touching story. So thank you so much for this.
No, thank you very much, Paul. Good to see you again, man.
Oh, you too. Robin Wright is such a brilliant actress. How is it working with her as a director, given that she's an actress herself?
When you see an actor such as Robin in action throughout her career, and when you see the way she carries herself, you see a very smart human being. You can't do art, you can't create art, any work of art, if you are not clever, if you're not smart. And this lady is such a wonderful human being, and she knows exactly what to do and how to do it. I always felt that she could do that. So when I saw her credit on House of Cards, so the episodes that she directed, I was like, yeah, of course, it only makes sense. And when you see those episodes, you realize that yes, this kid has a good eye. And now, that she's been in charge of it and directing herself at the same time, then it's a confirmation of what I thought. She's a natural. It's like she's done it all her life. Commanding a 150 people crew. In a men's world, because there are not too many, as many female directors as we wanted. That alone is a big task that she commands that ship in such an easy way.
I love hearing that. And I feel like we're finally seeing this really good surge of female directors right now, which I just love so much. Now, her character, Edie, is rescued by the stranger played by you. What was the last act of kindness that you received?
In my life?
Yeah. When is the last time someone did something good for you?
Oh my goodness, I receive that blessing every day in many different things. In many different things, in many different ways. And one of them is every time someone calls you to be a part of a project, just the way Robin Wright did it, or the way George Clooney did it. When they just send you a note or tell you, come on board with us and let's do this together. That alone is a great act of generosity. I'm very blessed.
That's beautiful to hear. Now, you filmed on location in the mountains. Does the chopping wood and, living outdoors, the fishing, does that all come easy for you, or did you kind of get a better appreciation for the outdoors?
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord,
you made it look easy.
I know, my deepest respects, because when I saw that on the script, I said, that's going to be a piece of cake. I would, learn the ins and outs to do. And then when I tried the first time, my goodness. And, Robin tried for the first time the same day, and she did great. She nailed it right away. I was so embarrassed. I thought she was going to fire me right there. And I just, kept on training, and because that's your job, to make it look easy. But I think I could survive right now. I've learned many different skills, and that's what we do as actors. We become experts in certain skills or subject matters, and then we keep that for the rest of our lives.
Well, thank you so much. It was great talking to you today. This is a great film, and I hope people really appreciate and really think about its messages. It was great. So thank you.
Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.